was more important than the soldier that got killed, Bill, because there was more interest in Dr. Tiller than there was in a soldier. There's no interest in senior citizens, even though we make the majority. I can guarantee you, the people that created demographics that they go by that says only people between 18 and 49 are relevant unless it's a woman. You become relevant even young, younger than that. They're my age, and they're pissed off at the fact that there's nothing on television. They don't advertise it. They don't market to them. We make up the majority. You know, I mean, I actually am a pre-boomer, so but still the same category. My father was a World War II soldier. My mother was a World War II. You know, she worked in the plants in World War II, and then I was reborn in that period. But still, the seniors are the majority. Seniors and the people under the age of 6 are the majority of the people in the country and this nation, and we have absolutely nothing for either side. So, you know, like I said, this is all funny, seniors and law.
I know, but aren't there some benefits to being a senior, like you get AARP discounts?
I get the same discounts without the AARP card. I mean, I can go into a place, if I take my hat off and go in, then I get the same benefits. I mean, we know that we'll go to places on the way to Las Vegas and we'll stop there to get something to drink because I get a discount on the drinks just because I'm old. But you can get discounts going to movies and stuff. But the problem is, if you go a little earlier to begin with, you get a better discount no matter what.
You do anyway. You take the matinee.
Right. So there's not, and you get discounts on insurance. Well, you get a discount on insurance, but you're not driving as much. So.
Well, I love this part about housing options. I think part of it is a lot of people, if you can live with your kids, well, it depends on how you grew up, because there's a lot of families where the families all over the United States.
That's how my family is German and American Indian, and both sides of the family simply took care of their family. But younger people don't want the older members of the family. I mean, I'm the oldest living member of my family now, so I am the senior. And basically, there's nobody that is younger than me that basically, they try to stay as many states away from me as they can.
Well, one of the good things, it does have a list of housing options in here. For example, it says if you need to cut costs, I would say move in with a relative. Sometimes it's not an option.
That's not an option to me.
If you need to cut costs, you can go to www.nationalsharedhousing.org.
Oh, that's what you want to do. You want to go into a place with it.
I know.
You know, and you get to be my age, you don't want to share a room, a bathroom with. Okay, I can guarantee you, when you get to be my age, you don't want to share bathrooms.
You can go check out a senior citizen housing development.
Well, but they've got backlogs on all of them.
You might look into senior housing, in which you pay a monthly fee for an apartment, communal meals. I know you don't like that part. Housekeeping, and in some cases transportation. Yeah, basically what that is they lock you up. It's called a nursing home. Oh, I know. It's amazing the differences, right?
Yeah.
Because this is what it is in real life. Another option is an assisted living facility.
Nursing home.
A boarding care home.
Nursing home.
Yes. Oh, this one is converted private home that'll hold up to 6 people. A continuing care retirement community.
Nursing home.
And you can check out the license on any facility at the California Department of Social Services.
They said licensed. You don't have to. If you're gonna live in an apartment, you don't have to worry about checking out their licenses. They check you out. So, and basically, okay, most of what she's talking about is going to run you thousands of dollars a month. If you have thousands of dollars a month,
have more options.
You can go. Basically, you don't need this to begin with. I mean, I know people my age that are in a lot worse shape than I am. They say, well, yeah, it's going to cost me $4,000 a month for assisted living. I can stay in the home I got and hire somebody.
For
they've got a place to live. You pay them a couple $100 a week, and I save $2,000 a month.
I know.
I don't have to leave my house.
See, what do they do? They have somebody come in and they live there and stay there, and
a lot of times they'll have they'll go.
Because basically somebody's doing it for free rent.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll pick up college students and stuff, and they also enjoy the fact that they tell, like, a lot of them simply, oh yeah, you want to have friends over, it's all right with me because it makes me.
They like having other people around.
That's right. So it's a good deal for everybody.
Actually, that probably is a really good
But that's the best thing. Instead of, I mean, senior citizen communities are all right, except they tend to die young in senior citizen
because part of it is you're hanging out with a bunch of people that are older.
Yeah, and they don't allow younger people in there.
And depending on where you are, like I've heard from some of them that it's like, if you go to one of the nicer ones, they have a great time and there's activities and they do all the things.
But they also have, I think they said the life expectancy is like 2 or 3 years once they enter one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of depressing watching all the people die.
A nursing home, the life expectancy is half of that.
Really?
Yeah, assisted living people die. That's what they depend upon, is people dying off in assisted living. I mean,
so that there's a new space available.
Okay, I can tell you, like I said, most of the seniors I know said there's only one benefit and one benefit only of being a senior citizen.
What's that?
You're going to die before they really screw things up in this country.
That sounds really bad. I see some of these other things, like can a younger person live with me in an age-restricted senior housing development?
No.
What, doesn't it depend?
No.
Oh.
No. They don't allow them.
Can my landlord prohibit me from keeping a pet?
Absolutely.
It says, no, not if you are over 60 and live in rented housing owned or operated by the state or by a city or county.
Don't bet on it.
State law allows you to keep up to 2 pets.
Don't bet on it.
So see, part of it is what they say in the law and what actually happens.
Because they basically, you have to get a lawyer and challenge them on it, because a lot of people will say, because actually it's been on television, a community, basically they had pet shows. The seniors had pet shows. You know, every year they bring out their pets, and the senior thing owned by a state, I won't tell you a state, ordered that all the pets, they said the pets would either be gotten rid of or we will go in and kill every pet in the establishment. And the people, when they told the authorities, well, they can't do that. They said that nobody, and then they said, well, they're doing it, but by the time they get done with the can't do that, they clean
that sounds kind of like our government, like with what happened with Chrysler and Fiat.
It doesn't make any difference.
It's like they've already gone so far that
they just simply do it because they consider pets, especially cats, to be a nuisance in your homes. Cats will claw up the woodwork. They'll pee all over the place. So
I know, Monty would not be happy. No. Would she? Although she might be happy the cats weren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Healthcare and benefits. Should we even talk about healthcare?
No benefits of being old. Okay, first of all, I can tell you that they're talking about stripping the healthcare benefit. In order to pay the bills, they have to cut from the area that basically needs the most, which is senior citizens. That's how it's historically done.
Oh.
They take the...
because they say too much health care needs to go to senior citizens and they're not going to live much longer.
That's right.
That's where they start rationing off health care.
That's what they're all talking about. You got a bunch of senior citizens sitting in Washington, D.C. talking about the fact that the seniors are getting too much of the pie. They didn't pay for it and therefore they're getting too much. Well, it doesn't make any difference because the way it was designed, my father was one of the first people who went for Social Security. Mm-hmm. He said that he was promised, he had it in writing, that this and this and this and this would be done forever. They didn't say this and this and this would be done forever unless it's too expensive. They said in writing. I have the same sort of thing. In writing, I have it that says this.
Yeah, but try and collect on it.
Well, because they don't care. That's the whole trick. They don't care.
It's not good getting old, is it?
No, they don't want to get old. I mean, I'm getting old. I mean, I have what is known as Monty-Timer's disease.
Well, and all these things that happens with seniors, a lot of it just has to do with whether you have an attorney or not. Because all these things, when they're planning ahead,
well, if you got an attorney, you can't. Basically, you're in business. If you have the money to get an attorney, all of this is, this is all relevant. If you don't have the money for an attorney, it's irrelevant.
Well, I think one of the best places you can go, of course, is the library, which is always one of my favorite places to go, or to a bookstore. One of the groups that I'm very fond of is a company called NOLO, which is N-O-L-O. And NOLO, actually when I was working with my dad on his will, the attorney said, why don't you pick up the software, go ahead and go through it, and then it'll answer a lot of your questions. And he said, and just complete the stuff, and then I'll look over it, because that actually cut down a lot of the legal time. Yeah. And it answered a lot of our questions.
But a lot of people my age don't have wills because they don't have anything to leave behind.